Squid Game. Is Korean poverty the trend now? For the first time, a Korean series achieved the highest views on Netflix in the United States, England, and many countries around the world. It's been 2 weeks since the Korean series Squid Game was shown on the global Netflix platform, during which time it has become a global phenomenon. For the first time, a Korean series has become the most watched in both the United States, England, and many countries around the world. And most importantly, this unreasonable success was not achieved through extensive advertising campaigns carried out by the platform, but rather the platform neglected the series to a large extent. The series achieved all this spread with the good reputation that it gained among viewers, and the publicity that they did themselves directly and through social media, reaching even to the Middle East and topping the list of views in many Arab countries. So how did this living legend begin? The series The Squid Game takes place in South Korea, where the story begins with a middle-aged man, mired in debt, and living under the poverty line with his mother, after he lost his job in a large company as a result of the permanent economic fluctuations that occur in Korea, and as a result is separated from his wife and daughter. He spends his miserable days trying to get any amount of money to gamble on him to get rich quick that saves his family. But instead he only encounters problems and creditors, and by chance he meets a man who plays with him a children's game, but for a large amount of money, then invites him to what he can be considered the opportunity of a lifetime, and his harsh circumstances will pressure him to accept this adventure that turns his life upside down. The hero of the series, The Squid Game, finds himself one of the heroes of a mysterious giant game, as he becomes the last of a group of debtor miserables who would do anything just to win this deadly game and get enough money to end their problems, and he has to fight many of terrifying adventures to survive his life and his future. Almost 2 years ago, the Korean movie Parasite surprised the world by winning the Palme d'Or, then the Oscar for Best Picture and Best Screenplay, as well as a number of other awards. This film put Korean cinema at the top of the entertainment world. Not only did Korean culture, or K-pop, become popular in TV series or songs, but also entered the cinema niche. The movie Parasite had many advantages that qualified it for this success. It presented a very exciting story, and at the same time simple and easy to absorb from the ordinary viewer. A plot that tackles the massive class differences in Korean society, which applied to almost any society, with gory thrillers using creative montage that made even thriller fans go crazy with it. It seems that director Bong Joon-ho's mixture is still the amulet of success, as the series The Squid Game has almost exploited it in detail, presenting the exciting story that focuses mainly on the problems of the poor classes in Korea and the world, with many bloody scenes for its fans, and it entered the hearts of viewers everywhere, approximately. But the successful construction did not save the series from the many technical problems it had, the first of which was the extreme lengthening of the series, until the series completed a sufficient number of episodes, which amounted to 9. The second episode, for example, can be shortened completely in 10 minutes, explaining the reason why the players returned again to the game. But it took about an hour to wrap in circles around the same content, as well as the last episode, as it not only presented the conclusion of the game, but almost all of it was preoccupied with the aftermath, and that killed the excitement and made it just a foregone conclusion, or an attempt to open the way for a second season. In an attempt to impress the viewers, the makers of the Squid Game tried to present a number of twists and turns in the plot or surprises that are called in the language of the drama the balut twist, but it was very expected, and the worst was that it was cheap in a way that makes it comedic, similar to what was presented in the old Arab films, especially in the episode final. In the end, the Squid Game series has already achieved resounding success, perhaps because it was able to use a formula that has proven successful before, or because it brilliantly teased the dreams of millions of those who suffer under the anxiety of fear of tomorrow, whether from the middle classes or the poor, and dream of getting rich quickly, and a game that may solve their troubles, change their future like what they saw, identifying with the heroes and their clumsy attempts to survive and win it all at once. It will remain a work that may achieve great success and immense popularity, but it will be quickly forgotten, as happened with other works that dealt with the same topic before, such as Hunger Games, and it will remain only until the next work comes on Netflix, which achieves the shining success and becomes no. 1. In terms of views, this digital assessment has become like meteors that dazzle in the last moments, before disappearing forever.